What's up, guys? We're back together again after a little while, and we got a triple threat for you because we've seen some movies, but we just haven't been able to talk about them recently. I am Gaio Loco, Ian Novak, and with me as usual,
Nicker's Chicken, Nick Wood.
Woo! So yeah, we've seen a pretty interesting triple threat here.
Interesting start to 2018.
Well, it had a much better. We'll get into some that we've seen way back in the next video at some point. But so was it a few weeks ago now, or just 2 weeks ago? We saw a movie called Game Night, which I actually was kind of intrigued by. It looked like it could be a pretty good comedy, but comedies can go pretty shitty at some points. But I did enjoy the cast. I thought all of them could be pretty funny, so I was like, I'll still go see it. Were you intrigued when you first saw the trailers?
In a way, I mean, it kind of went a different way than it did in the trailers, I thought, so I did like that. See, I thought it was going to be straightforward and, you're going to be able to guess what happened, but actually, it got me pretty good.
Yeah. So, because, like how I mentioned, this is a triple threat, we're going to be moving as quick as possible with some of these, because there's not a giant lot we can say about these movies. And that's not a bad thing, especially for this Game Night, which, for me, it's a comedy, so it mostly succeeds if it makes you laugh, and I did laugh. I thought it was pretty damn funny. Jason Bateman, I think, is really good in this. Rachel McAdams is still really strong in comedies. Just the whole cast overall was pretty good fun. There were just a few plot elements that when they had to wrap up or in the middle that I was kind of like, it's not great, but it's not distractingly awful. If you can look at the guy that played the cop, I thought was the standout. I laughed every time he was on screen. Just this really weird, creepy...
Jesse Plemons. He's Gary.
That's all you need to know, is that he's a creepy cop guy.
With a dog.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah, this wasn't anything groundbreaking to me as far as film or comedy standout wise, but it was a good time. That's all I wanted. So I will give Game Night a B.
I just thought it was a little different, just because you near Game Night, you think about all these people getting together, but actually it turned into a could it be real or could it be fake murder mystery, and I thought that was really cool, and it kept,
which could go really bad at some point.
And there was twists and turns along the way. There was surprises along the way. Like he said, I really enjoyed the cast. Gary was my favorite. Jesse Plemons. There was just parts where it's just random, and then he'd come to the door and he'd back up really slowly, and he's like, "Does he want us to go in?" Jason Bateman was really good. Rachel McAdams still going.
I thought those two had really good chemistry too.
I'm a really big Lamorne Morris fan, who's from. What's he from?
Gosh, you're gonna have the one to come with that.
New Girl. He's in New Girl. I really like him in New Girl, and I really like him in this. He was worrying about something the whole time. I'm not going to go into that, but you'll see if you see Game Night. I really enjoyed it. I actually going to give it a B as well. You should definitely go see it. It's worth it, and guaranteed laughter.
Yeah. Also, a pretty good poster. Just check out the poster. It's pretty clever. So moving into the next punch to the face or to the head is Annihilation, which for plot reasons and things like this that mess with our heads, we kind of can't talk much about it in that respect. And there is an ongoing thing with Netflix. It actually will be on there in the next 2 weeks or so.
I got a feeling after this it's going to be happening a lot more often,
which I'm not looking forward to. It was a deal that was made with Paramount and Netflix. I have read some stuff and heard some stuff about it. I just encourage you guys to go look at it, because the director definitely has some good things about it. That why this is not a great thing. But as far as the film goes, I was actually really intrigued to see this because I like the director and writer who did Ex Machina. I also
Hence
thought
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac, who was also in that. Natalie Portman. I think she can be good, but she's had a long string of bad. But I was still intrigued by it because, again, it was a sci-fi thing. I do heavily think that this was marketed wrong. I saw that a lot of people thought that maybe this is like an Aliens kind of take on it because there was a lot of gunfire and stuff in the trailer. It's not that. This is more like a combination of 2001: A Space Odyssey meets Arrival. Two pretty groundbreaking sci-fi movies, so why not draw inspiration from that? And it's also from a book, but I don't know how much plot we can...
I'm still lost, to be honest.
It's a process. I don't know if I'm as lost as you, maybe. But it definitely has that you think it's going one way and then it just goes a different. But the visual effects are amazing in this. The environment was really cool. All of the acting was pretty darn solid. There was only one acting that I thought was kind of going to be unnerving until you find out why she's acting this way, and that's Melissa Leo. But no, I don't have a gigantic complaint about this because it's a challenging sci-fi movie, which we need more of. And it's pretty groundbreaking in its effects, too. I just think the whole Netflix thing is the thing that's holding it back, and the fact that, a lot of people aren't going to get this and, be disappointed by that factor that it's a brain tease or a mindfuck, whatever you want to go with. But I still enjoyed the hell out of this. This actually is one of the early odds for me to be on my best of the year list. I'm giving Annihilation an A.
I'm still confused. It's one of those movies where I'm probably going to watch 2 or 3 more times to actually, figure everything out. Where I, maybe, hey, that was when that happened, or that's when they were talking about that.
Much like 2001.
But
which I still don't get.
I don't know. It went way differently than I thought it would, as far as the trailers go. But the effects were awesome. Mm-hmm. When I saw the shimmer, it looked really cool.
That is one thing that I always wanted to just comically say, bubbles!
And
not this, just comically.
Actually, I'm not giving this away, but what the shimmer does is mutate its surroundings and plants and animals and all that kind of stuff. That's all I'm going to say about that because, getting too far into it. But it was just really cool to see the real world and then the world inside the shimmer. A lot of blood and gore, a lot of parts going off and people's body parts, but I don't know, it was crazy. And then the ending, I'm not going to say anything about that, but it was crazy.
There are the giant chunks of after the blood and gore, though.
Yeah.
That there's not.
Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac I thought were pretty good, especially Oscar Isaac. I've always been a huge fan of his. I don't know what else.
The one little complaint that I just remembered that I could give this film is why I wouldn't give it an A+, is there's something with Natalie Portman's character that I felt did not need to be in there. I don't know if you're recalling it, but I don't know if it really had to be in there.
I can't remember. Like I said, I was still in a fog at the end of the movie, but I enjoyed it for the most part. Not as high end as he is. I'm going to give it a B+.
Oh.
Well, I'm because a lot of the audience has actually been hating it, and
that's not surprising.
The reviewers have actually been liking it, so yeah.
But see, this could be like a Blade Runner thing at some point for you, or that is for a lot of people that they didn't like it the first time they saw it, but then when they watched it again, they appreciate it more.
It could be.
It's something that may have to have a cult following, like Blade Runner, or Blade Runner 2049 at some point.
No, that'll never happen.
So yeah, and now the third punch to the face was Red Sparrow. I don't know. This actually might be more of just a mindfuck of what, not as far as what happens in the plot, just about how mixed about this film I felt watching this. Again, because of the spy, thriller, and plot stuff can't go a lot into that. But Jennifer Lawrence plays a famous ballerina that has an accident. And then is recruited to be a Russian spy. Joel Edgerton also plays a American spy. That's kind of all I can say about the plot without getting much away.
Damn it, I wanted to talk about the school.
No, we can briefly say this. Jennifer Lawrence goes to a school to learn,
How to be a whore.
That's pretty much it.
There you go. I said it. God damn it. She even said it.
But here's the thing. For me, the stuff in the school were the most provocative and kind of interesting thing in this. I felt like, we exit the school too fast. Where I was really intrigued by it.
But I was also wondering if that's actually what really happens.
Well, I don't know. This is based off of a book that apparently came out like a couple years ago by a former actual agent. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of legitimacy to it, but what transferred into the film, we don't know.
So that's even more intriguing to me if that's actually what actually happens.
But as far as how I felt about this, I think Jennifer Lawrence gives a pretty strong performance in this. Mostly because she's fearless as fuck. Look at what she went through in The Mother. Look at this. And I believe you mentioned this to me earlier after we saw where you were talking about the Hunger Games. The same director that directed this directed the last 3 Hunger Games, so that's why there was a personal feeling there. Joel Edgerton I was very mixed about. Mostly because I didn't feel that his agent didn't really feel like much of an agent to me. Felt like he really stood out as far as the shit he would do.
He was just a pawn in the chess game is what he felt like to me.
And that's the thing, the chess game to me was not that intriguing whenever they brought back to it. And also, let's briefly mention about the Russian accents in this. Some of them are pretty fine. One of the biggest things, though, that I attracted from this is, if this is mostly in Russia, speak Russian. I don't care. There's one time where one guy speaks in Russian and we get subtitles. I don't know, I feel like you need to have more of that. But the biggest one that I'm going to say is his Russian accent. No. There was a lot of British coming out of it. So, yeah, that didn't work for me.
Not taking anything away from Jeremy Irons.
No.
I do love him as an actor.
He's great.
I do agree with him.
But pretty miscast there. So, yeah, this was very in the middle of everything for me. But I don't know if I really would want to watch this again. So I'm going to give it a C-.
Yeah, I guess it's a spy movie. If you guys like that kind of thing, go see it. If you like people going to horror school, go see it.
It was equal, men and women.
That's true, yeah.
Very progressive.
I don't know. I feel like, thank goodness that the trailer doesn't give too much away. Still, the ending kind of was iffy to me. I think you guys should go see it, just because we can't say much, and I would really like your input on what was an up and down movie. Jennifer Lawrence has been 50-50 for me lately, ever since she was in X-Men and Hunger Games, but I actually liked her in this movie. She wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess you could say. It was an okay movie. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I was actually going to give it a D+, but Ian said some things that made me change my mind. I was like, oh, okay, I could see the points.
It's not the worst thing.
So I give it a C-. It's probably going to be, right now, if I were to guess, it'd be in my middle range, like okay movies of the year so far.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, it was a pretty interesting 1, 2, 3 punch. Pretty solid comedy, pretty amazing sci-fi, and a spy movie. So yeah, this has been from Crazy Poultry Inc. Gallo Loco. Some things I want to plug real quick. I am working on a new kind of video where I know that it's March now, technically, but it's gonna be my best of metal and hard rock albums that I heard last year. And it's not gonna be me like in explaining. It's just gonna be sound bites, and I'll be very curious to see how many of these that you don't even know about. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that, and you can hit me up on Twitter at GuyoLoco, Facebook Ian Novak. If you want anything else, tell me in the comments, and tell me if you like this movie, any of these movies, and like us. Anything you want to plug?
First of all, I'm going to say that there's a lot of potentially really good movies coming up.
Avengers.
I'm really excited for Ready Player One. That comes out at the end of this month. I've been really excited for that for a while. You got a bunch of Marvel this summer, among other things, because you know summer's the biggest attractions. But I have a game coming out April 20th called God of War. It's a new. It's been 10 years in the making. I think 2008 was the last one, maybe 2010, somewhere in there.
That he's getting. It's not his game.
Oh, it should be my game because I love the series, but I wish it was my game. But I will be reviewing that probably a week after it comes out, just because I can get some gameplay in, and got some games in the future after that coming up. So you guys just stay tuned. Should be an interesting year for everything.
Where can I find
and Knickers Chicken on Twitter. You got Knickers_Chicken87 at Instagram. Nick Wood on Facebook. I guess Knickers Chicken on Snapchat, and then whatever if you're on Pokemon.
That's where he's at right now.
Knickers
Whatever
33,
Pokemon.
Yeah. Whatever.
So yeah, guys. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. And hopefully it'll be just too darn sweet.